Welcome back, adventurers. This episode follows Holiday, a lovely little android who, in the Heroes of Time campaign, woke up in a time that wasn't her own. In the Void, strangely enough, after being with the heroes for over a year, she woke up once again in her own time, though she does not really remember it. In this episode, she finds an old friend, a new ally, and an old villain. With all that being said, I hope that you enjoy, that you're safe out there, and that you take care of each other. Enjoy the episode.
Let me turn on my lights.
You're my girl.
Your girl. Your girl.
Hello.
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 You know, it's funny because this is actually closer to what my original vision of Anastasia was. I asked Nick if I could have 2 pairs of horns, and Nick said no. And I'm not sure how Eli knew that, or if it was literally just an accident.
What did I say no to?
I remember I asked right when I was creating my character, when I was creating Anastasia, I'm like, is it okay if she has 2 pairs of horns instead of just like the 1 pair, and you shot that down?
Oh, yeah, because she's not in the age for that.
Oh, sorry, I missed the painting, Liam. I was working on homework. Can you show me again? Baller. All right, thank you. That's so good.
It is.
Is ready. Watchers, please mute yourself.
Sorry?
Watchers, please mute yourself. You are not a watcher.
Okay.
Holiday. We begin our story in a different time and different place than most others. From the last thing you remember, you were having an adventure with your friends, the heroes, when strangely, despite the fact that you can't sleep, you hear something whisper in your ear. I had it right here. I can't find it. I'll find it in a second. As you hear someone in your ear whisper your deactivation code.
Whomst? Who would know that?
Obviously, you black out. And eventually, you wake up. Or you hear the sounds of what sounds like machinery and rain and people walking around, and in lots of crowds of that nature. As you feel 2 hands on your shoulders, though you cannot move and though everything is black, you feel those hands as you hear, shit. Okay. As you fade out again. an apartment. You're laying on the couch and your chest is popped open. What do you do?
I don't move.
You don't move.
I try to listen if there's anyone around me.
You listen. And eventually you hear in what you can assume to be the kitchen.
Sorry.
Someone.
Children?
Pardon?
I hear, and then it kind of cut off a little bit.
Sorry. You hear what you assume to be the kitchen.
Oh.
Someone rattling around looking for something.
Is it one person rattling around?
It's definitely one person.
Is there anything specific that kind of sparks like, oh, that's like a microwave, or that's
It sounds like someone going through their junk drawer.
I wait a little bit longer. I'm gonna wait a little longer.
Eventually, you see in this dress, in this outfit, essentially, with a small box of screwdrivers, her.
I try to remain as still as possible.
She kind of leans over as she kind of frantically tries to figure out what to do, as she kind of looks at your face and double takes as she kind of goes, are you awake?
I don't say anything, but I just look at her.
As she kind of like snaps in front of your face. Holiday, can you hear me? Can you react at all? Your eyes are blue, so I know that you're on.
Is there any special markings on her body?
No. She has blonde hair, though, and green eyes.
Can I try to move my hands?
You move your hands. You like twitch them as she kind of like flinches away. As she puts down the screwdrivers.
And my chest is open?
Yes.
What's inside?
You see a fuck ton of wiring and a fuck ton of gears and shit. Like, it's very, it's very, like, in the center, you see a purple crystal.
Purple crystal?
Yes.
Could I gently try to, like, touch it?
You begin to kind of, like, cave in to touch the crystal as you hear in your head, what is it? Corrupted. Liquid pump. Shut down in 48 hours without mechanical intervention.
I look at her and I ask who she is.
She kind of puts the screwdrivers down, as she kind of like gets up and she's like, I think it's better if I do this, as she walks over to a little dresser beside what looks to be the front door of this basically studio apartment, as she picks up a picture and hands it to you.
What's on the picture?
You see the little girl you remember from the carnival, and you smiling in the picture.
What happened to me?
Well, from what I know, though it's been years,
Years from what?
the carnival,
What happened?
you showed up to the carnival after I didn't see you for so long, and you came up and you started acting on the fritz and screaming, and it scared everyone in a language I still don't understand. What happened to you? They were told, I was told, everyone was told that worked at the college that you were scrapped. And then I just find you one day in the alley? Busted apart?
I don't remember any. I don't remember any of that.
Well, maybe it's some problem with your hardware.
I need medical intervention within 48 hours.
Your pump is quite damaged. It looks like someone tried to rip it out.
Where can we find a pump?
That's what I'm trying to figure out as she stands up. I see, it would be easy since, usually if you're any other kind of android, to just walk you to the corner store repair center, but it's not that simple.
Aren't there any more models of me?
No. You were the first one, and then you went on the fritz, and then there was no model until HR 18.
I can be replicated, right?
I don't know. I was just a little girl when you were built. By the way, I don't know if you remember my name at all.
Is it Holly?
No,
Oh,
that's your name.
it is?
Holiday. Holly.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm Violet.
What's your last name?
LeBlanc?
I should really get that repaired. Do you know what the extent of my damage is?
I've been working on you for the last few days, so it's definitely better. I'm not as good as my brother, but I've put you back together as best as I can, so it's really just the pump. I can't just go to a repair center with instructions and buy a replacement. The pump seems to be specific to your model.
Where's your brother?
Probably at the Stove Dry University. You know where you are, right? Okay. Do you want tea? Do you still drink tea?
Oh, I'd love some tea. That'd be wonderful.
I'll go make some. As she goes and walks into the kitchen.
I want to make myself into like a sitting position.
Yep,
Like
you do so.
Proper position.
You do so.
What? I'm not wearing anything, I'm assuming.
You're wearing kind of your regular hero's clothes, But your shirt is off, yes. But it's beside you.
Do I have any of my belongings besides my clothing?
You have everything.
Okay. I want to stand up and walk to the painting.
Okay.
I just want to look at it for a little bit and try to capture it.
Yeah. Eventually, it changes as you recognize now that it is on like a moving screen. As it changes to a green dragonborn.
Do I recognize the green dragonborn?
You do. It's Toybox.
I take a picture.
Okay. You hear the kettle go off.
What kind of tea are you making?
I was gonna make strawberry tea. That was your favorite back in the day, but it's up to you.
I'd love some, thank you. That's very kind.
As she starts pouring the tea, you see the TV glitch.
Glitch how-so?
It kind of goes that like static. As it makes no sound, but a new photo pops in. And this time it's moving.
Like a clip of some sort?
Yeah.
And what does it show?
Messenger. You see them from the shoulders up, and they just go. To you, and then it goes back to Toybox. She comes in with tea.
Thank you.
She sits down.
I'm sorry if I scared you at the carnival. I'm not quite sure what happened.
It's okay. Little girls are easy to scare.
So where am I again, sorry?
Odenport.
It feels like forever since I heard that. It's strange, really.
That's fair. Where have you been?
I point to the Heroes of Time garb.
Okay. You're in a cult now?
Adventuring?
Oh.
Time is weird. Machinery glitch, I suppose.
I guess so.
I guess it's difficult because I have no memory. I feel like I've forgotten everything.
Well, she points out to, you see a balcony?
I see a sorry?
You see a balcony.
Okay.
She goes, well, look.
I go.
You see that?
Any sense of familiarity I thought I would feel. It's not there.
I'm sorry to hear that. Fair, it has been 10 years, 12 years since I last saw you. And if I didn't recognize your code, I wouldn't have thought it was you in the alley.
So you said I'm the only one of my kind at the moment.
HR 16, yes.
Um,
But there are plenty of other androids, if that's your question.
would it be safe for me to go outside, do you think?
Not really. Again, you were put on a destroy list. You are the only kind of android you are. If they see you and any android scans you, or any cop with the right mind to check your code sees that, you'll automatically come up as instant destroy.
How do I fix this?
I don't know.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Or like in-game question as Holiday.
Oh.
Have you ever met anyone by the names of Amethyst, Gale, Amalia? You know any of those people? Thea?
Thea's a common name here.
Have you heard of a name called Birdie? Nightingale?
No, but you did give me an idea.
Please, I'm all ears.
I have a friend who works at the university. Her name's Raven. Not Nightingale, Raven. She works in the android department. We could get into her lab if she helps us. She could fix you.
How do I... Is she good? I mean, you did tell me that if I go outside and someone might recognize me, I might get in trouble. Or I might get, you know, how do we connect?
Well, let's figure that out in a second. Let me see if I can actually get help first. As she stands up from the couch and walks and picks up a phone and starts dialing.
I look back to the picture again.
It has turned into a drow woman with dark blue hair, braided, and she seems almost like a blue-gray skin. She seems exhausted.
How long does it take for a picture to
Roughly
rotate?
5 minutes.
How many people are in this album?
I don't know. It's just a national broadcast. It's something you throw on when you want the TV on, but nothing on it.
Oh, okay.
And she kind of looks and she looks. It looks like the heads historical. Well, not historical, but it looks like the heads of Odenport. That's Sapphic.
Could I get like a small sip of the tea?
Mhm.
How does it taste?
Pretty fucking good.
Nice. That's a whole gay. Sorry.
Hold on. You hear her. She goes into her bedroom, and you hear her start to talk.
Could I try to listen in?
Sure. You hear. I know. Yeah, she's basically a deviant, yes. She needs help. I don't know. Yes, I know. I should call Trevor, but Trevor's just gonna tell the board and she'll be destroyed, and I don't think that's fair. She's done nothing wrong. And she's a unique kind of android. Imagine what you could learn from her. No, I know that. Raven, please listen. I know you don't have any interest. Just do me one solid favor. She's a model HR-16. Yeah, HR-16. You know that code? Yeah, she's the only one in existence. She was put on. Oh, great. Yeah, no. I'll get her to the university as soon as possible. But we won't be able to use any of the labs. They scan the codes to get in. You're a genius. Yeah, no, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Okay, I'll meet you there. All right, see you soon. Bye. As you hear her hang up and then walk back in. Okay, I have someone who can fix you.
Is it Raven?
Yes.
How do I, not be me?
As she looks around, as she goes, well, do you have, as she holds up her hand, do you have a circle? You see it. There's the thing that's in Detroit Become Human is on your palm.
Does it matter which palm?
Which one do you want it?
I guess my dominant hand, my right hand.
Mm-hmm. She goes, great. As she takes out a knife and she goes, I'm gonna pop it out.
Well, I hope it doesn't hurt.
Turn off your sensories.
I do so.
She pops it out without it hurting.
Nifty.
As it closes up, and she goes, okay. Oh. The purple. There's another thing. Magic isn't allowed in Odinport anymore.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's barred completely. If you use magic, they'll know, and they'll come down on us. If I remember correctly, you had that. It's part of Toyavok's new rule with the protection orb.
I have a sickly suspicion that Toybox and I aren't gonna get along too well.
She looks at you confused. That doesn't make sense. As the picture changes, as you see Merrick.
Now him I get along with.
Well, yeah, he's your creator. Along with Toyavox.
It's hard to explain, but I feel like my memories have shifted around a lot.
I'm sorry about that. Okay, you can go into my closet, pick anything you want to choose. Maybe choose something that covers the back of your head?
With the ports and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought my hair would do.
Just in case.
That's valid.
Alright, you can pick your outfit, Tina. Send it to the group chat.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick what does can I take a quick glance outside and see what the outside atmosphere is like what people are...
It's raining. You see also above a giant, what looks to be almost an orb, but it has a net texture. as you see the rain is hitting the orb first, and then the orb is letting it through.
Does the clothes kind of resemble what it looks like in Detroit?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna send something through. Internet, work.
I hope you're having fun, Teeny.
I am, okay, I'm actually really happy. I miss this so much.
Me too.
I miss my girl holiday.
Tomorrow's Amethyst.
Okay, I'm gonna wear something like this, but a little bit more played down.
Okay.
If I sent it to the right one, okay. Something a little like this, but more, yeah.
I got it. You see, when you come back out, you see she has like a monk jacket on, essentially, with the hood up, as she kind of ties it as well.
Okay.
As she kind of looks at you and goes, "That'll do." Here, as she tosses you an umbrella.
Thank you. Is the umbrella opaque or see-through?
What?
Is the umbrella like?
It's opaque.
Okay.
As she kind of like shrugs and she goes, "Listen, if we get into a fight,
No
don't
magic.
use magic. Just stand behind me, okay?"
Do you have an extra dagger or anything I could hide?
As she tosses you a dagger.
You know, just in case.
There you go. As she waits at the door.
I finished the tea. And I
So, you head into the hallway of the building as she presses the button for the elevator.
I try to look as okay, are there any other androids around like that I pass?
No, not that you can pass here.
Okay. I try to be as steady as possible in terms of my movements and how I behave.
Okay. The doors of the elevator open, as you do see an android, basically elevator attendant, smile at you and go, "Hello, what floor?" As he looks at Violet, and she goes, "Main, please," as she walks in, and she kind of gestures for you to come in.
I follow.
Okay, you get into the elevator. After a few minutes, would you like to do anything while you're in the elevator?
Not particularly. I just try to eat. I try to act normal. You know,
Cool.
like
the android keeps looking at you. But then kind of goes back to his own kind of attention.
hi, Nico.
Yeah.
I don't react to it.
Fair enough. You get onto the street where you do see a lot more androids walking on the street, but you also see flying cars and droids and things along those lines, as you see the streets of Odenport, modern Odenport.
Okay.
As Lana kind of like looks behind her to make sure that you're following.
I do, and I make sure. Hey, wait. The English. Does she have an umbrella as well?
No.
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm carrying the umbrella over her, right?
Mm-hmm.
As well.
You can if you want to.
Yeah, I do that.
She kind of, as you guys are walking down the streets, she mumbles to you, we can't take a taxi or anything. We're gonna have to take the train.
Okay.
We'll stick to the alleys though. As she kind of ducks into an alley.
Okay.
The train's only a couple of blocks, and you'll be able to. Basically, it goes right into the university. It goes right to the Mecca. So if we can get to the train, then we've made it.
Let's make it quick.
Then we can figure out how you can get back.
Yes. That's a plan.
As she starts walking. What's your passive perception?
10.
You see out of the corner of your eye someone running across the rooftops.
I try to tilt the umbrella just slightly so that hopefully Violet knows what I'm trying to say.
She looks at you confused, looks up, kind of sees what's happening, and kind of nods, and she kind of breathes, just make conversation.
Just make conversation?
Yeah.
How are you? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm a part of the police force here. I'm one of the enforcers. Good. I was never as smart as Trevor, so I decided not to go into robotics.
That's fair.
How about you?
I've been learning a lot about my duty.
Oh.
Yes. Is there anything you'd like to ask me?
I just am amazed that you're here, to be honest. So where have you been, maybe?
I hope I'm not going to get into too much detail at the moment because there's a lot. I don't know.
Wait, as she pushes you into basically one of the doors in the alleyway, as she hides in the dark, please make a stealth roll.
Do you want me to use the one on the chat?
I trust you. You can just roll.
Okay. I'm just gonna quickly use this one because I don't know where I put my dice away for a hot sec.
There.
Uh, 17.
Beauty. You guys hide as you see a drone fly past where you guys were walking, and then roughly after that, two what looks to be some sort of cop, like duty cop, androids walking past, watching the droid as it stands, but it misses you too.
Okay. So the androids are looking at the drone flying above specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you wait? What are you doing? Do you wait until they're gone? Do you wait until they're far away? Or do you go now?
I wait.
Okay.
Can I suspect that the drone are the eyes of the android?
You can assume that that's probably the first sort of protocol, yes.
Okay. I wait till I don't hear the footsteps anymore and I look at Violet.
She kind of like nods after they're gone and then kind of slinks out.
Okay.
She points to a very high set of stairs as you're basically trying to get to here.
Okay.
And she kind of like tiptoes her way towards the stairs.
I follow her steps.
Roll stealth.
14.
Okay. You do feel kind of like very stealthy, so that's good. As she begins to climb the stairs.
Yay. Okay. I try.
Okay.
Yeah, I give it a go.
Follow her.
Yeah.
After about 10 minutes, she points. She points out. Do you look?
Yes.
You see quite a view. She kind of smiles and she goes, "Welcome back home, I guess."
Thanks.
It's
A little
still,
different than I thought.
it's still pretty.
What year is it?
And she kind of thinks. And she goes, "It would be around 6,083, something along those lines."
Holy shit. Holy shit.
She looks at you confused. Something's wrong?
We'll talk about it we'll talk about it later.
She nods. Keep going then.
Let's go.
She keeps walking up the stairs. You see what looks to be a drone approaching you, though.
I try. Is there any place to hide?
In the shadows as best you can.
I try to do that.
Do you try to help with Violet, or you just let her?
I kind of try to like tug her.
Okay, roll stealth.
Oof. 9.
You see it coming as you try to grab her and pull her down as she looks up, sees what you see, and basically like shoves you off of the stairs,
holding on to you as she basically grips onto the railing, waiting for it to pass.
Okay.
As she kind of chuckles and she goes, and there are good parts about being a monk.
Thanks.
She chuckles. You do the same for me. As eventually it passes.
Awesome. I tried to like grip back onto the railing or the stairs.
She brings you up. As you start to walk again, as you get to what looks to be a pay toll. She looks at you and she chuckles and she goes, I'm guessing you don't have any money.
This coat is the most expensive thing I have.
She laughs. As she just as you see her pull out what looks to be some sort of like clear plastic card, as she taps it twice, as you see 2 pieces of paper fall out.
I pick it up, I guess.
The doors open. As you see a train platform. You see her go sit in that bench.
Are there any place specifically for androids?
You see what looks to be basically under the shelter is another like bench. As you see about 10 androids lined up.
I look at her and I look at the androids and I start walking over there.
She grabs you and she goes, what are you doing?
I don't know.
You're not them right now.
Oh, right.
As she sits you down beside her and just kind of keeps your hand in her hand.
Okay.
As you see an android, like janitor sweeping the grates down into the city.
Can I see if there's any noticeable markings of them being an android besides the little circle in their hand?
Sure. Roll investigation.
That's a 7.
Nothing really. You see on the back of his neck has the same ports as you.
Okay. Are there
Copy on that open notebook that I specifically put there because I knew you'd want to lay there.
Good boy, Nico.
I opened up PJ's notebook so that he wouldn't want to lay on my laptop. And it worked.
He's a good boy.
Anyway. She kind of sits there as you hear, boo, boo. Train to the Mecca in 5 minutes. Thank you for taking Odenport Public Transit. Please remember to take your newspapers and all bags and technology with you. Any androids left unattended will be confiscated. Thank you once again for taking Odenport Public Transit. As you see her pull out what looks to be what you would know to be a cell phone.
Like a this kind of cell phone or a flip phone?
Like that kind of cell phone. Look at this.
Okay, I'm just wondering, because if she pulled out a flip phone, I would have laughed. What is she doing on her phone?
It looks like she's basically scrolling Instagram.
I twiddle my thumbs.
She goes, so those friends you mentioned earlier, did you meet them when you were adventuring?
Yep.
What are they like?
They're a bunch of hooligans.
Fair enough. Any of them particularly interesting?
There was a Kanku, a very motherly Kanku.
Oh gosh, I haven't seen a Kanku in years.
A crazy, crazy knight. Her sister tried to kill her.
Crazy.
And then they got along afterwards. A half Goliath.
Oh, you've seen a Goliath? I've always been interested to see if they're as tall as they are told to be.
He could probably punch me and I'd fly across the room.
Well,
He's more the fatherly figure though.
fair.
Sorry, I'm just blanking.
Okay.
Let's see. Who else can I tell you about? Oh, there was this really sassy bard. I loved her. She made all the puns.
She kind of smiles and she goes, who was this nightingale you're telling me about?
And she kind of goes, she's the person I dreamed I would spend the rest of my life with.
Androids don't dream.
Androids don't usually go on adventures, I suppose.
I guess so. So is she your new owner?
I think the word would be girlfriend.
She looks at you very confused. No, I'm inclined to believe you. I didn't think that androids could feel emotion.
I didn't either. But then I'm not like most androids, am I?
I suppose you're not. She smiles. Well,
It's
I'm
strange.
glad that you found somebody.
Do you have someone?
Oh, no, it's all too complicated these days.
No doubt.
She looks up at the sky.
I hope you find someone, if that's something you're looking for.
I hope I do too. It'd be nice. Eventually. As you see a train pull up, as you hear ding ding. Final train to Mecca. Please enter now. Make sure you have valid transportation tickets. Thank you for using Odenport Public Transit. As she gets up, as she kind of tugs on her hood and dips into the train quickly.
I kind of like, and I follow her.
Mm-hmm. She kind of sits down in the back of the cart as it begins to train away. As it is mostly empty, you begin to see the city again as it starts jetting towards the center.
The city's huge.
Hmm?
The city's huge.
She nods. I guess so. It's the biggest city in Stoke Drawer. It's probably about a half the size of New Loza, though.
I don't have a reference for that.
Never been to New Loza?
Never even heard of it, to be honest.
That's fair. She kind of like puts her feet on the other side of the like you know those like cubby ones? She puts her feet on the other ones as she kind of like chills. She seems nervous.
Are you okay?
She looks at you and she goes, "What?"
Are you okay?
I mean, relatively. Don't really want to get caught with an illegal android.
That's fair.
We were friends once, and you took good care of me. It's time to return the favor, right?
I'm sorry I wasn't able to take care of you longer.
It's okay. Central Station. As you see the doors open, as you see two human, you can tell officers walk in.
Are they? Sorry.
She begin to check tickets with androids outside.
I have my tickets ready. Just in case.
They come to you and Violet, as Violet like sticks out her ticket.
I do so too.
They check them and they look and one of them looks at you and goes, "Where are you two headed tonight?"
I kind of wait for Violet to answer.
She kind of like peeks up and she goes, we're going to the Mecca. My brother Trevor LeBlanc, he's there studying. I figured we'd visit him. This is my friend Holly. I'm trying to set her up with my brother.
I kind of like blush a little bit and I kind of fidget.
They kind of go, "Is that true, ma'am?"
I'm just nervous, but yes.
Yeah, you look quite nervous. Is there anything else going on?
Just trying to calm the nerves, sir.
All right, well, you two have a good night then.
Thank you.
As
Everything.
they both begin to leave, as you see another cop walk on. As you see a deputy kind of walk past, kind of make eye contact with you, very clearly an android. Stop for a long time and then get off at the next station at Hamilton Street. As you see the deputy walk over to Messenger.
Motherfucker!
As the train begins to leave.
28 seconds. Anyways,
I've been waiting for this.
that's my boy.
Yeah, no, I had to. Meow. Meow. Sorry, arguing with my cat. You are both, you and Violet are the only two on the cart now.
Okay.
As you see Violet go, good thing my brother is definitely well known.
Thank you for that. Improv is not always my best trait.
Well, makes sense for an android to not be able to think of a lie right out there. You're all about logic and information.
It's strange, I keep hearing a cat somewhere. I think one's stuck in the train somewhere.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Just lay down, cat. Speaking of, thunk! You hear on top of the cart
No magic.
as the lights kind of flicker, as Violet kind of like looks up.
Is it Stalker Boy? I tried to peer out.
Cool. Roll perception.
Six.
You don't see anything. As Violet kind of looks and she kind of laughs and goes, maybe it was that cat.
Could I insight check that?
Sure.
$23.
She's scared. She doesn't know what that is.
I kind of look at her and go, no magic, no magic, no magic.
She kind of stands up and kind of guards you a little bit as she leans against the pole.
I kind of tighten on the dagger a little bit.
As nothing happens.
I still have a guard up.
Mm-hmm. Boo, boo. Odenport Center Station. As she kind of looks at you and she goes, one more stop.
One more stop. We could do this. I kind of try to listen for any more movements that's outside of me and Violet's.
Mm-hmm. Right at the end, right before the door closes, you see the man, for all intents and purposes, Connor, slide into the train cart with you guys and sit by himself on the opposite side of the cart. "28 stab wounds.
How did he get here? He wasn't here before. He was on the other station. I want to see if he has any damaged marks on him,
Investigation.
to see if he was like doing anything sus. 17.
His shoes are kind of scuffed.
So he's been running around and stuff.
Something like that.
I look at Violet.
She just takes a deep breath and she goes, "So, what do you want to do this weekend?"
I'm thinking of going on a little self-care brunch.
Ooh, very nice. Want to
Yeah.
get dinner at Poco's after we talk to Trevor?
And I fake a blush again.
Yeah.
Sure.
Roll persuasion.
$11.
There it is. Hilarious. You see, right as you see this huge building, like bigger, almost as big as like the entirety of Shadow Dragon. Begin to rush up. You see Connor, essentially. I'm just gonna call him Connor.
Yeah.
Walk up as he goes, "Good evening. Sorry to bother you both. I was just wondering if I could possibly see your ticket. As he pulls out a badge, I'm with Odenport PD, and I'm just checking. There have been some. We've been having some issues on the train. If I could just see your tickets again, that would be very nice."
Of course. And I use specifically my left hand to show him my ticket.
You fucking got him. You see him try to find a way to ask for your other hand. As he does take the ticket, as Violet gives hers too, as he kind of like twitches a little bit, you can see the gears turning as he goes, "Perfect. Sorry to bother you."
Of course, they're just doing your job.
As he starts walking back towards his seat. You see Violet fighting a smile.
I've got some gears in here too, you know?
Hey, Teeny.
Yeah?
Take inspiration. No, Siri, not you.
Just wondering, for this inspiration, does it count towards the actual campaign as well, or is it only for this one shot? Okay, I just want to make sure so I don't get it mixed up.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I quickly go to the washroom? I just need a quick washroom break.
Show.
That was I can't believe I thought of that right.
And So,
Can I also assume that Connor right now is not a deviant?
you don't know.
Ha ha ha.
All right. So the train enters into a platform. As you see below you, a huge building. Violet steps out onto the train platform. As you see an android driver leave the driving area and walk towards back to the other end of the train.
Fancy.
It's the biggest robotics college in the world.
Wow.
We have to get to the basement. Follow me.
Of course.
As she goes into the, as you see an elevator.
Will there be an android there as well?
No, it shouldn't be. Its concern is the camera, so try to keep your head up.
I follow her directions.
She presses for the elevator button. As she's waiting, your eye catches something on the roof. As you see, do you look?
I assume it's Connor.
It's not.
It's not? Okay.
You
Wait.
see
Come on! Who is he?
as you see again, you see them, you just see him go like this.
I tried to stay as calm as possible.
As you see the elevator coming up, you see someone else is in the elevator.
Who?
You don't recognize them.
Okay.
As the doors open, you see Violet's eyes go wide as she kind of goes, Trevor! I didn't realize you'd still be here tonight. As he kind of looks and goes, Violet, what are you doing here? And who are you? As Violet kind of goes, this is my girlfriend. Yeah, she goes here. As he kind of raises his eyebrows and he goes, well, are you getting into the elevator?
I try to not awkwardly grab Violet's hand and lace them together and walk in.
She does the same. As he goes, why don't we go to my office, have a drink? As Violet shakes her head and goes, no, we are meeting Raven actually in her laboratory, so we're gonna go to the basement. As she presses the basement button. As he goes, no, I insist. As he presses the 30th floor.
Can I try to insight check that and see if he's onto something?
Sure.
8.
The boy seems a little sus, but nothing in particular.
I kind of jokingly offhand say, oh, I was hoping to get a nice little technology lesson from Raven as well.
He smiles and goes, well, I am the apprentice to the head of robotics here, so I'm sure Toyvok would be happy to teach you. He's in his office right beside mine.
No! Okay. And I look at Violet and be like, and I quirk an eyebrow.
As she kind of like smiles and she goes, you know, it wouldn't be nice to keep Raven waiting. She decided to stay late from work just to see us. As he goes, we'll just pay Raven double. They'll be more than happy to help her. As she kind of laughs. She kind of goes, no, Trevor, maybe another time. I would really love to go see Raven.
How comfortable is he with us holding hands right now?
He's decently comfortable.
Okay. I take it a bit step further, and I put my hand around Violet's waist.
Trevor raises his eyebrows.
I don't react to that. I just kind of like hold it closer.
Yes. Finally. She kind of like cocks her head a little and she goes, Trev, why do you keep looking at the camera? As he kind of looks at her and goes, I don't know what you're talking about. As she presses the basement button again.
I look at Trevor and I kind of quirk an eyebrow again.
He just presses the button to hit the floor, to the 30th floor again.
How comfortable does Trevor look now?
He looks less comfortable.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna hold Violet a little bit closer to see how Trevor reacts.
He doesn't seem fazed. You see in the distance the same android that talked to you on the train begin to walk towards the elevator.
Could I? Okay. I'm gonna look Violet in the eyes, sort of like asking for consent a little bit.
She kind of gives you the desperate of, do whatever you need.
I start kissing her cheek, and then it kind of goes to her neck.
Trevor kind of looks at you and goes, we're in a university. That's not exactly appropriate.
You're asking a lot of questions, and we're in an elevator.
You're being inappropriate with my sister.
I stop. And I sigh, I'm like, fine, I guess.
As you see Connor basically press the button for it to start going back up again, quickly. As Violet presses the basement again. As you see the elevator come to a screeching stop.
I just stand there and stare at Trevor.
As Violet kind of just looks and kind of like very subtly steps in between you and Trevor. Trev, why do you keep looking at the camera? As he just presses the 30th floor again. As the elevator starts going up. And she presses the basement button so it freezes. As he goes, "You're being ridiculous, Violet." As she kind of like raises her eyebrows and presses the basement again as it starts to go down.
As this happens, I lace my hands with Violet's other hand.
Okay. As she kind of like frees up one hand, as she looks at you and then looks at the camera.
I don't look at the camera.
She raises an eyebrow, looks at you, and looks at the camera.
I take a peek.
It's a camera.
Yeah.
As she curls her hands into a fist. As he presses the 30th floor and the elevator freezes again. Roll an insight check.
$11.
She's saying, shoot out the camera, shoot out the camera. It doesn't matter, we're caught anyway.
I take the dagger and I fling it at the camera.
Roll the hit.
$23.
You hit, roll damage. Amazing.
Okay, 7.
Okay. You see the dagger stick into the camera as she takes 2 punches to Trevor's face, hitting them both as you see him hit the ground unconscious. As she presses the face, it starts going down again.
And do I see Connor?
He is now taking the stairs.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I kind of put away all my dice, so I decide to use
It's okay.
chat. Because I only have a d20 and my fireball dice on me.
All good.
Could I try to reach up and grab my dagger back down?
Sure.
I am so sorry. I thought making him uncomfortable would make him shut up.
No, Trevor's gay.
Just making him uncomfortable in general.
As you see the doors to the elevator open as Violet starts running towards another door off to the side.
I follow.
Roll stealth. Hell yeah.
4.
You trip. As you see now at the end of the stairs, Connor basically going, "There," as he starts running towards you both.
There what?
As he starts, as Violet just grabs your hand and starts running towards the door.
I try to keep my foot steady now.
Well, what's your speed?
What's my, sorry?
Your speed.
My speed is 30 feet.
Okay, awesome. All right. As she kicks open the doors and starts running down the stairs.
I'm right behind her, right? Sort of.
Yeah, she's holding your hand.
Could I quickly use my feet to try to slam the door?
Sure.
Kind of like to keep the door shut?
Make an acrobatics check.
18!
Yeah, you kick it closed.
And I keep following Violet.
She keeps running as fast as she can to the. Do you see anything? Why the fuck is it not showing up?
I see a white screen so far.
Yeah, that's not it. Hold on. Aha! See it now. Kind of.
It looks a little bit like a boiler room.
Yeah, it's a hallway.
Okay. Just making sure.
As you see her running, there you go. As you see her running towards a door at the other end, as she kind of turns the corner, and she kind of points and breathlessly yells, "There's the lab." As you hear the door behind you that you kick closed burst open. As you hear,
I go to the lab.
What?
I go to the lab.
Yeah, you keep running. As eventually you hear in Connor's voice, "Stop, Odin PD," as you hear the clicking of a gun.
Do I hear something go down on the floor? Like, do I hear a body hit a floor?
No, it's like you hear a loading of a gun.
Okay, cool. And I keep going. I
Violet
trust
stops.
Violet. What?
Violet stops.
I trust her. I'm gonna keep running.
Okay, she lets you go. As you see a pipe burst beside you, as you see it impact a bullet.
So he's aiming for me.
Yeah.
I keep going. If Violet's not a target, then that's fine. I keep going.
What's your AC?
15.
You feel the back of your leg shatter, essentially, as you take 15 points of damage.
Okay. I keep going.
You have to crawl at this point.
I do. I crawl.
All right. You hear another clicking. As you hear a bang.
Is there any place on the ground that has a good hiding spot that's good for a 5 feet android?
Roll investigation.
Oof. 7.
You're kind of just frozen as you hear another click, click, bang, another click, click, bang, almost as if it's a gunfight. And you aren't getting hit with these bullets.
I look at Violet. I see if I could find her.
In between you and Violet. As you see now, Connor is laying on the floor, probably powered down.
And I look at the figure and I go, and like kind of questioningly, like,
it helps you up as a point of Violet. So basically it helps you up. It picks you up, actually. as it points at Violet and then points to the lab. As Violet follows without much question.
I look at Connor.
Very much not functional.
I don't say anything. I just let him pick me up and go.
As Violet goes, thank you. As you come to the lab.
Sorry, my brother is going. I'm gonna say bye to him real quick. Bye, Carl. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of the game right now. You need time? Easy. Yeah, bye. Sorry. Just
Okay.
need to say bye.
As he puts you in a chair. As Violet kind of stands by the door and goes, as the figure shrugs.
Is he robotic as well?
Components look robotic.
Could I see if he is willing to let me touch him?
How do you do that?
Sorry?
How do you do that? What do you do?
Can I see if I'm able to connect with him?
Do you ask him to? Like, what do you say?
I'm like, I lift up my hand. I'm like, may I?
He kind of like hesitates.
If he
Turns
has
on some of the lights so it looks like that, and then starts undoing his helmet. Give it a second. As you see the helmet click off. Why are you stopping? Why? There you go. As you see him take off the helmet. As you see
as much as possible, I fling myself against her.
she laughs and she grabs you.
And I don't let her.
I'd rather we just talk. As Violet kind of looks at her and kind of goes, Raven, do you know her? As Birdie kind of blushes and kind of, it kind of looks like she blushes. And she goes, I know HR-16.
And then I point at Violet and I point at Birdie. I'm like,
Violet looks at you very confused.
I kiss Birdie.
As Violet like goes like this, like whoa. As Birdie kisses you back.
And I look at Violet and I point at her again and just
Birdie goes, do you remember in my classes how I talked about how I had early access to Android technology? As Violet nods, and she kind of goes, early access of Android technology. As Violet goes, okay, cool. All right. As Birdie laughs.
Nightingale.
As Birdie kind of laughs and goes, should we get your heart working?
That'd be wonderful. I mean, with you around, it's always working.
As she rolls her eyes, as she picks you up and she starts walking towards the tube in the middle of the room.
Wow, you found your way to Odenport.
You told me you were built, remember?
Oh yeah.
So, well, as the glass opens, as she starts putting you in the suit, you see, in our time or our reality, whatever one it is, you just disappear and don't come back.
I disappear and don't come back. The heroes.
They look for you for a long time, but they can't find you.
What
So I
about-
figured you must have gone back to the future. So I waited for you.
What about the others?
Others?
There was the people who protected time.
No one could find you. But you're here now. As she straps you in.
I missed you, you know.
I can pretty honestly say I missed you too.
I'm sorry. That you shouldn't have been alone for so long, I guess.
You're worth the wait. But once we get you fixed up, we won't have that problem anymore.
Alright. No more powering down, I guess. Well, not this way.
As she walks over to flip to back to the computer, as Violet kind of walks up and she goes, okay, well, no more shutting down, I guess. As she kind of looks at Birdie and she goes, do you have a way we can get out of this trouble? As Birdie kind of grins, a fanged grin, as she goes, oh, I don't think Toy Box is going to fuck with me.
Again.
As Violet kind of takes a step back and goes, holy fuck, you're a vampire. As Birdie kind of like laughs and then starts flipping switches.
That's my girl.
As you see rings light up around you in the tube, as you see giant arms kind of spin and stuff. As you hear a of your chest popping open, as you see basically the two hands start to repair.
This would have been nice like 5,000 years ago.
Birdie nods and she goes, why do you think I built it?
You're the best.
You hear banging at the door. It's okay, no one should be able to get in. As you hear, component be placed. Android stabilized. As you see the machine close your chest up again.
This place is amazing.
Wait till you get here. Well, I guess you are here now. There's a lot to talk about.
Timey-wimey?
I guess so. All right, with just a flip of a switch, we should be ready to go. I'm just gonna recharge you, that's all. As Bernie kind of puts her hand on the switch and goes, to a happily ever after.
With you? I promised you a nice cup of tea.
I'm still waiting on it. As she flips the switch and everything goes dark and sparks get thrown everywhere. You hear a gunshot in the darkness as you see Violet's body hit the glass tube that you're stuck in as it slides down the tube, leaving blood trails.
I slam on the glass door.
You hear in a rough voice. Now I really just gotta find it. As Toyavok, as you see Toyavok walk up to the tube, his green dragonborn kind of grin as he goes, "Shove the vampire in the oh, there is his voice. Shove the vampire in the chamber." As you hear, as you see a beam of daylight, essentially.
I lose it. I fucking lose it.
Yeah. As you see Birdie smoking, kind of like cower away from it as they back her up into the wall.
I use the dagger and I start like banging on the
Toyava kind of smiles and goes, "There's no real getting out of it. Trust me. I'm used to androids going loony." But now you're back where you belong. Android HR 16. Begin your shutdown function. As you hear in your head, shutdown function activated.
I Misty step out of the glass case.
Roll an acrobatics check.
12.
You fucking get through the glass.
And then I quickly run over to the people who are caging Birdie and I swing my dagger.
You see, roll a charisma saving throw.
26.
You feel your limbs lock as you beat it. As you take a swing, roll the hit.
24.
You hit, roll damage.
6.
Okay, you drag your dagger into an android's arm as the other android's gonna try to tackle you. Roll an acrobatics or athletics.
I got 8 for acrobatics.
You are now grappled.
I tell Birdie to get out if she can.
Everything goes fuzzy and
I-
dark.
Can I try to fight that?
Roll a charisma saving throw.
13?
Everything continues to go fuzzy as Toyabak goes right up to you and goes, "Night, night."
I spit on him.
He kind of does this as he kind of grabs your face as you feel an incredible pressure in around your head where his fingers are. I need you to roll a con save.
15.
Your head does not crush. As he kind of goes, "Kill you properly this time." As you see him pull his other hand up, as you see what you've seen before as a disintegration ray.
I really, and the best of my ability, say, "Bitch, I hope the fuck you do," and I use counterspell.
Fair enough. Roll to see if it works.
14.
It does not work. As it launches, as everything stops, everything is suspended in the air.
Is she still in the ray of light?
No. As you hear a voice go, "Wow, that was quite brave, wasn't it?" Does anyone else hear that? Let's try this again. There we go. As you see her come around, as she holds a blue kind of almost lightning ball. Well, that was quite impressive. Are you unhappy with how things turned out?
I don't know.
As she kind of looks at Bernie, she had to wait thousands of years for you. your friends lose you forever, Toyavox wins. That's just the reality of the situation, I suppose. Unless, as she looks at you, I suppose, if you would like, I suppose we could always make a deal.
There's always a catch to a deal.
Yes, true. But if you agree to the deal, then there's a lot more to gain than to lose.
And what is the deal?
I have a little game, a little quest, if you rather, that I need some people to complete for me. If you win that, I'll send you back to the Tears of Time with all the memories of the things you've learned. That way you can avoid Birdie dying and waiting thousands of years for you. Violet, poor Violet, dying. Toyavox winning. Innocent androids dying. All you have to do is win.
And what's the game?
That's a complicated question. There are multiple rounds of multiple challenges, and if you beat all the challenges and get back to me, you win.
That hardly answers my question.
Some games are best left to surprise.
And if I lose?
You die. And this all plays out no matter what. So, really, I'm giving you your only option to avoid a tragic end to a tragic love story.
For them, I'll do anything.
So we're in agreement then.
One option is no option.
She smiles. Well then, Holiday. See you in the next round. As everything goes dark. And that is where we end today.
Motherfucker.